can't let Zeus have the minions. He kills Zeus if Zeus tries to get the minions.
And Kanavi can't have level 6.
Yeah, he can't.
Canyon hits it himself and pulls the red buff into the brush as now King comes over, finds the condemn stun. There's the silver bolts as well. And the exhaust is down. Zeka gonna have to flash to get over this wall, and now King could be in a little bit of trouble. Chovy though moving in. There's the heroic entrance, gets the knock up onto Kanavi. The kickback from Canyon as the shockwave comes in. Is it gonna be enough? And it is. Zeus locks down the Lee Sin. And now King trying to deal with this crocodile, and it ain't gonna work. A double kill, but he will go down. And Chovy getting chased down. The clockwork windup is working, and the flash needs to be used. 2 for 2 as both teams are on the board.
Yeah, really even exchange here between these as we have a fight down here on the bottom side as well, going the way of Gen.G, but Guma gets his ult.
Yeah, let's see whether the Featherstorm is going to work out here. The flash forward from Gumayushi and goes backwards, but then lands on the grand entrance. Duro with the sick outplay, and Ruler gonna get the passive. That's the double, and Gen.G really turn it on its head and claim the lead.
Second damage early in a comp like this where you want to try to snowball things. You have the scaling Sivir, right, but you do want to get to the mid game where you can actually fight into Renekton, Pantheon, Orianna as fast as possible.
Pull into the top lane and look to try and get Gumayushi back into a good position. Flash down once again for Zeka as Ruler just having the best time ever here in this bottom lane as Grand Entrance is going to connect onto only Zeus. Duro able to get himself out of there with the Battle Dance as well as somehow that Sonic Wave missed onto Kanavi.
Ruler's gold lead is exploding while he gets free time with that turret in the bottom side, by the way. He is getting huge.
Not to mention the experience lead as well. Every wave is going just to him.
Yeah, he is starting to become a big, big problem. He's a full level up on Guma right now. And HLE just trying to pull the trigger.
Yeah, there's the flash quickness to come in. He charms up 3 people. Heroic entrance comes down, but it's interrupted. Gumayushi now in so much trouble though as Keen takes him out. And now he gets to go ballistic. Double kill for the Vayne. Finds the other one as it's a triple for Keen. Zeka gets taken out as Canyon snipes him, and Zeus has lost all of his friends, and he just gets punched by a gargoyle. And look at Ruler just emoting by himself in the bottom lane.
Might have just been that ace emote coming through, Atlas.
All right, well, Canyon looking for an angle here. Let's see whether he finds it. There's the kick flash, and Zeka gonna get taken down. Shockwave comes in and doesn't really do anything at all. There is the Canyon Lee Sin that we know.
Clean about the safeguard approach. It's just fairly, he makes it look like it's basic as hell.
Yeah.
Stood there, but
I mean, we've seen the things that Canyon has done. If you've watched the recent LoL Esports video about the best Lee Sin plays of all time, we all knew what play number 1 was going to be when we loaded up that video. And Canyon, like, they missed even one of the best parts.
Glory.
So Orcs and I were watching it, and we had this theory that they left it out on purpose to bait comments. Now, Keen is going to get CC'd. Kanavi is also in a little bit of trouble here as Ruler takes him down. Keen lasted a lot longer than I was expecting, but it's actually Gumayushi that locks down that kill. Chovy turns up here in this bottom lane and then walks away.
Chovy basically just showing up here to make sure that Ruler can keep pushing mid, I guess.
Yeah, no, he's like, I need to take his body. He's allowed to go past, but isn't actually
able any HLE players. It's just the lead here has snowballed so incredibly well. I think the 4-man top play was absolutely not it.
Yeah, and I think that is lost in the game, and sometimes you make one mistake against Gen.G, and the game is kind of
I mean, there were some small things that, you know, they could have done. You're like, I really was attached to that turret, so it's where we won the big thing that won the game. It was like a really big moment for me. I don't want to let it, no, just don't be a hoarder, Gen.G, just let it go.
Yeah, bounties come in and on a soul point. And they have positional advantage here, but there are wards sneakily hidden around this pit. And so Gen.G do know what's going on. Duro in a weird flank angle looking for Zeus as the Strybreaker does go wide. Canyon looking to try and get himself in there, and he steals away the dragon. The grand entrance is so good as the quickness charms them all up, and the kick. Oh, Canyon, you absolute gem, as Gen.G will slam their wallets down and really. Not going to get picked here as Delight doesn't quite find the anchor. But HLE are just circling the drain. I was going to say slowly circling the drain, but it's actually starting to up the pace right now.
And uncontested. So many things went wrong for HLE this game. They just didn't even get to play League of Legends.
Well, now on the hunt, going to get popped, and that is just a broken inhibitor turret. Gumayushi taking so much damage as Keen just tumbles away from the anchor. Kanavi trying to deal with this push in the mid lane as well as Chovy and Canyon getting some work done. Canyon hits a Q, doesn't go back in, and they'll take the inhibitor. Zeka looking for a little bit of an orb. That is a really beautiful little animation.
This is we're getting to the Willy Wonka. You know, I pull this one out every now and then where he's
qualified EWC as well, and they have all been involved in the 2 best of 3s that we've had so far in the LCK.
Yes.
So we will be able to watch even more of these 3 squads, including T1, as now the engage onto Chovy as the double taunt does come in. Delight is going to go down, and there's a kickback onto Guma. He does get the Featherstorm, but Duro obviously CCs the whole team, and that is going to be curtains for HLE. Zeus takes a little while to kill, but now the victory march comes in, and Gen.G, they secure the ace, and they'll secure revenge here the second time they face off against HLE.
HLE's first place spot being challenged here by Gen.G in a big way in what was a phenomenal series. But unfortunately for HLE, a very weak final game where Gen.G just stomp all over them.